Добрий день, з вами Ольга Атаман.
Good afternoon, Olga Tamanova with you. Welcome in Ukrinform Media Center, 664th day since the full-fledged invasion of the Russian invaders. And today we're going to be discussing the current situation in the south of Ukraine. With us today, Colonel Natalya Gumenyuk, head of the United Coordinating Press Center of Security and Defense Forces of the south of Ukraine. Ms. Natalya, hello, glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes. Ms. Natalya, so let's start with the current situation. The situation remains to be not that easy because the enemy is still shelling civilian infrastructure and terrorize the residents of both occupied and deoccupied territories. Also, the enemy is using unmanned aerial vehicles, especially around Kinburska, Kasa. Why? Because the enemy is afraid of using the artillery all the time, being afraid of being hit. That's why they try to terrorize our civilians as remotely as possible. And quite a resultant counter-battery fight on the left bank of Dnieper River in Kherson region. The enemy starts feeling the attrition of artillery systems. In the last 2 days, about 20 such systems destroyed, and also some of the heavy mortar pieces were destroyed. That's why, by bringing backup, the enemy only demonstrates how important this front is. Well, what about the front line in the south, all in all? What about the intensity of enemy attacks? Yeah, the enemy intensifies artillery shellings at the level of 100. They reached this level a couple of days ago and even overstepped it when they shelled Oblast Center in Kherson region, 10 plus shellings within 24 hours, massive shellings of housing projects and civilian infrastructure. They start trying to destroy energy infrastructure, so they strive to create as much trouble and inconvenience for the Ukrainian residents as possible, because in their propaganda videos they claim that they allegedly want to get back into Kherson. But rest assured, these are sandcastles, pipe dreams of the invaders. And the propaganda that operates using the principle, the bigger the lie, the faster people will believe in it. The right bank is higher than the left bank. There is no logistics supply lines for the enemy. What they try to claim as maneuvering of their incursion paratroopers, well, it's only on their bank of the river, and the river of Dnieper has been closely covered by our troops. Well, as to Kherson region, we know that the invaders use aviation bombs there quite intensively. So what's happening now? That's true. They're trying to impose as much damage and harm by frequently using those gliding aviation bombs, 250 TNT, all the way to 1,500 kilos of TNT payload. So that's their main way of pressuring us and destroying civilian infrastructure. Well, the weather is on our side. Weather conditions disallow the enemy to use tactical aviation for almost the whole week. But as soon as there is the window of sunny weather, so to speak, then they intensify the attacks with prioritizing Bronislav region. There are certain peculiarities of the bed of the Dnieper River, and of course trying to shell the positions of our troops. Well, Ms. Natalia, you say, and we all know, that enemy uses drones frequently. How efficient are our anti-drone teams? And the overall air defense system, that proved to become quite a powerful element because it allows to disperse the assets and means at various terrains, and when there are massive drone attacks, that's a substantial way to improve and strengthen the air defense systems. Those mobile teams that use firearms, machine guns in particular, shooting down drones, which could be illustrated with numerous evidence videos from the troops themselves, and final after-action reports. Quite recently, 42 drones were launched by the enemy, 41 of them destroyed, so as a huge percentage of those targets destroyed by mobile teams. Now, the situation in the Odessa region and what's happening in the Black Sea. In the Odessa region, the situation is not very calm and easy either, even though, despite the fact that this is not a front lines, but a rare region in the rear, but because of the port infrastructure there, it's under constant cross hairs of enemy's fire, and enemy did perform lots of missile and drone attacks, so again demonstrating that Odessa region is still among the priority targets for the enemy, and we need to keep improving the air defense capabilities there, an ongoing process. But let me state for everyone and focus our attention on the fact that air defense efforts, even the most resultive on drones using various types of weapons, could have such huge destruction consequences when the enemy uses such routes for their drones that they will be flying over industrial sites or residential buildings. So even if the drones are hit, the debris will still harm. So use the principle of two rules, or at least under ground shelters. In the Black Sea, well, the nature is on our side again, because during a very long time it's a stormy weather in the sea, and so the enemy boats and ships of the enemy are not being deployed. Only two patrolling ships, but closer to Novorossiysk, and in Azov Sea, one ship that covers above water situation and keeps Kerch Straits in sight. But the fact that the Russian boat has not been on combat duty since November 28th quite eloquently states that the enemy wants to save missiles for a while, probably waiting for colder weather where the energy terror would be more sensitive and harmful, because caliber missiles on those ships have been used to hit energy sites. Thank you, Ms. Natalya, for having time to talk to us. This was Natalya Gumenyuk, the head of the United Coordination Press Center of the South Command. Thank you for being with us. We work together for the sake of our victory. Stand strong, and glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes.